I'ma tell you why you can't.
Said you got a long way to go. Say you wanna love me,
Wanna touch me?
don't test cause you got a long way to go.
Hey guys, it's me Mike, and thanks for watching this video. This video is a wallpaper creation number 7, and today's video is going to be basically this wallpaper you see here. I created this on my website. This is another wallpaper. I was going to show you guys how I made it and the steps I took to making it. It may not be exact now because, you know, I took some time. I was pretty bored when I made this, so I'm going to show you guys how I made it. Some of the cool effects, drop shadows, shapes, how to make your own cool brushes, like the one you see here, the one with this cool effect right there, and also where to download these shapes. So first off, what you want to do is head over to the link in the video description. I'll put this link here. You can download a whole bunch of people shapes, 306 of them in fact, and even more as you scroll down. So this website has a bunch of Photoshop shapes. So if you're a skateboarder, if you're a female, if you like dancing, samurai, basketball, excuse me, witches, fairy tales, models, and all this other stuff. It's really cool. So just head over there. I'll put the link in the video description, and yeah, so follow along. So what I did was first get a close this out. This is from my last video. Alright, so Control N and select your preset. Mine is 1440 by 900. Press OK. And what I'm gonna do, you don't have to, you leave it blank if you want, but just put it black for right now. And depending on what you looking for and wallpaper, like the one I'm doing, it could be any type of wallpaper. But if you head over to Google maybe and just type in let me see, HD wallpapers, and you pretty much find what I'm using. I don't think this is where I got mine from. No, get back. Alright, cool. So that's the one I've used. So hit that little button right in between it. Just drag and drop over to your canvas, and you're gonna make sure it fits directly onto the canvas. I don't know. Luminosity looks cool. Yeah, I think that's probably what I use. Luminosity. So yeah, you use it at that. Control Shift N, select a new layer, and what we're gonna do now is select a text. We're gonna start with text first, and for this one I'm just gonna use the same text I already have. I'm not gonna load up anything special. Mike's Designs. Alright, so there's that. And to start off, I'm gonna put it as what am I doing? I'm gonna put it rainbow, so you guys can see from what I did from my wallpaper. I put it in rainbow for the text, just like that. Alright, so give it a drop shadow and give it a stroke, and the stroke we're going to use is that, I'm sure everybody has it, the rainbow gradient. So select the one with the transparency in it, and you might want to drop the stroke size to about maybe 1 or 2. 1, maybe 2 is good, and press OK. So we're going to copy that layer style and paste it into my designs text. Like that. Bring it down just a little bit, maybe move it over. Then select our shape tools, and what we're going to do is select something cool, something with an arrow. Now it doesn't have to be an arrow if you don't want it to. That's just what I used. I'll probably select something easy for you guys. This looks pretty cool right here. Something like that. And what I'm going to do is go to edit and flip it vertical, just like that. Just kind of put it right there. If you want, you can select the warp tool and kind of just edit that, make it just like it's holding on to the text kind of thing, like that. Bring that down. And move that over. And press OK. And if you want, you can paste that layer style in there as well, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give that a drop shadow, and I'm going to give it a basically like a gradient overlay, and I'm going to leave it at the basic black to white gradient. And what I'm going to do is press Control J, and what I'm going to do is edit that layer style again and change the gradient overlay to like this gold kind of color, something like that, and give it a stroke maybe to about black, and put it to about 1, just like that. And now I'm gonna do is resize it, so Control Shift N, resize it just a bit, just like that. Press OK. And you kind of see, you know, some dimension to it. If you don't want that, you don't have to put that, but that's something you could do. There's some optional stuff here to making a cool wallpaper. But anyway, so what we're gonna do is select the text tool again. I mean the shape tool, and I'm select one of those human people shapes. And I know you people like Guitar Hero and stuff like that, so select something with a guitar. And I'm just gonna zoom out just a little bit, or just change the viewing, something like that. Alright, cool. So select my shape tool, and I'm just gonna draw something out like that. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's a person holding a guitar. Yeah. So put it just like that, maybe even above a little bit. And what we're gonna do is copy the layer style from the Mike's Designs text, which is the rainbow. Copy layer style, then paste it. So you see what we're doing right here is kind of give that overlay to it. And then if you want, you can double click and give it a gradient overlay, which basically is gonna fill in the gradient, the color inside of it. And I'm gonna put something simple, something like maybe a blue, something like that, or something dark. I don't want, that one looks pretty cool. We'll use something like that. And for the outer glow, you can give it an outer glow, and you can change the outer glow to a gradient if you choose. So I'm gonna put that rainbow outer glow like that, and kind of increase the size, some groovy, maybe even softer around the edges, maybe not. So something like that, if you get what I'm doing. Probably change the contour if you want something really dramatic. I don't know, that one looks pretty cool. I'll probably choose regular one and choose the blend mode at normal. And so something like that's pretty cool. So press OK. And you're pretty much done after this. You can, what we're gonna do now is press Control Shift and we're gonna make a new layer. And we're gonna select our brush tool. And we're gonna select this little option up here. This little option right there. And we're gonna select the circle tool, like the circle. And we're gonna make sure the spacing is set at maybe 100. And for the scattering, we're gonna increase the scattering all the way up. And for the shape dynamics, we're gonna put the size jitter all the way up to 100. And what you could do is press Control, not even Control, press X on your keyboard or D, and you kind of change the color palette just like that. So if you see that the shapes is this brush is too wide or too not spacing right, you can always edit that. And yeah, so what we're gonna do now is keep that brush, and we're gonna select our our pen tool, and select the pass button. And after you select that pass button, we're gonna kind of draw a cool outline like that. See what I'm doing, you guys? Just like that. And what we're gonna do is right click on that and select stroke path, and we're gonna make sure it's set at the brush. And what it's gonna do is select the brush we just made, and we're gonna make sure you press simulate pressure. Once you do that, you kind of see what happens right there. I'm gonna zoom in. So there's what I made, and what you can do now is right click and delete that selection. Delete path. Alright, cool. So now what we're gonna do is edit that path, or that brush we made. So double click on that. We're gonna give it a drop shadow, and we're gonna give it a gradient overlay. And the one I used was that goldish one. So I'll select that, and now we're gonna give it a stroke, and the stroke I'm gonna put is black. That's okay, and leave it to about 1 for the stroke, and you're pretty much done.